So I know that there's a lot of people that when it comes to like time management and stuff, you hear a lot of, well, we all have the same 24 hours. And I don't disagree with that. However, like the truth is we do have the same 24 hours, but at the same time, like we all don't have the same like family life and work dynamics. So like think about this. I've got 5 kids, and with my 5 kids, we've got 2 in different soccer leagues. We have 1 in middle school basketball. We have church on Wednesday nights. We have church on Sunday morning. I have a full-time job. My wife has a full-time job. They've got school to go to. It's always something. And like, when I mean soccer, like we have soccer Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We're gonna have games on Saturday and Sunday. So I mean, when you start thinking about all the different stuff that we have going on, man, it's a lot. And yeah, we have the same 24 hours, but at the same time, you know, not everybody's as busy as we are. Not everybody is busy as you are. So when you start thinking about time management and how to fit everything in, you can't buy into this one size fits all. Everybody's got the same 24 hours because everybody's life is different. So as I'm wrestling with time management, it's become very clear to me that I'm going to have to figure some things out. I'm going to have to prioritize some things. I'm going to have to treat things as either urgent and important, urgent or not urgent, important, you know, whatever the diagram is, right? But how do I fit it all in? Like when I'm trying to build disciplines, if I want to build personal disciplines, I have my spiritual life, so I want to read my Bible. I want to pray. I want to study. I want to go to the gym. I need to meal prep. Then I have all my house stuff, right? I want to help my wife. What does she prioritize? Like, I want to get laundry done. The dishes have to get done. Kids have to get help with homework. Chores have to get done. You know, all this stuff, like it's a never-ending thing. So how do I squeeze it all in? And the reality is, like, you just kind of have to do what you can, you know? And the big emphasis for me right now is trying to figure out where's my Sabbath? Why do I not have a Sabbath? You know, the Lord specifically said, like, that's for us. The Sabbath is for us to like enjoy what we've been given. So when we think about all the stuff we've got going on, does any of it come from a place of gratitude? Is anything in your life, is all the busyness that you're enduring, is it coming from a place of you're just doing stuff out of sheer busyness and you're running around like a crazy person without any type of thought towards gratitude? And if you're not, then there's a good chance that you're bogged down, you're burnt out, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to handle things. It's becoming a problem for you and you're just overwhelmed. But that's the question you have to ask, right? Is where's the gratitude in all this? Have I set time aside to be thankful? Have I set time aside to worship? Have I even considered that having a busy life is a reason for me to worship? Like I've been given all of this stuff. I've been given a body that I can use to exercise, that I can eat right, that I can go be with my kids. I have 5 kids like to go do stuff with that love me, right? And I'm really trying to focus on that because there's a lot of times, especially, you know, in this season of my life, it does feel like I'm getting burnt out. It does feel like I'm overwhelmed and I don't really have time for myself, right? But the reality is, like, I do have time, but how am I spending it? Am I just sitting here like doom scrolling? Am I just sitting here on Instagram and Facebook just looking at everybody else's life? Or am I actually involved in my own life? I mean, check your screen time. How much time do you spend on your screen? How much time do you devote to other people's lives outside of your home? How much time do you spend on your own life? Do you look peer into your own life as much as you do everybody else's on Facebook? Do you look at Instagram and constantly judge how much worse you're doing than everybody else? You know, because if you're doing that, sorry if the sizzle's loud. If you're doing that and you're constantly thinking about what everybody else is doing and how much better everybody else's life is than yours, that's a huge problem. You're not being grateful, you're being envious and jealous and constantly wondering, why can't my life look like that? It's a tough business being alive, you know? We're constantly fighting on what's the right thing, what's the best thing. Man, sometimes the decisions are just it's a decision between good and best, not good and bad. So what are you considering good in your life? Like, how often are you sitting down and looking at your schedule and saying, have I scheduled any time to just sit back and be thankful? Have I scheduled any time to just spend with myself in meditation on how much I've been blessed? Man, that's really the crux of time management, is we don't have a lot of time. And I mean, we don't even have a lot of life, right? So if we have very short time throughout our day, and we know that the days can seem long, but the years are really short. Like, what are you doing with that time as you're going through? Have you even considered that you need to be more thankful? Have you considered that you're just spinning your wheels and it's a constant battle? If you feel like that, it's probably because you haven't taken any time to rest and reflect. Like, those things are important. And I'm not a time management genius. Like, I'm the worst. Go ask my wife. Like, I manage my time terribly. But I try to get done what I need to get done. And I fail every day at all the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. So what can we do better? How can we do that? You know, if you go to work, when you go to work, you have a set time. It's like, I work 9 to 5. That time is blocked off. I got soccer practice on Monday from, let's just say 5 to 6. I have soccer practice on Tuesday, 5 to 6. I have church from 5:45 to whenever, right? You have those things scheduled and blocked off. Why? So you can meet them, right? So you know that you can be at those things. Like, why are you not setting time aside to say, like, no, I'm saying no to stuff on this day at this time because I need time to regenerate. I need time to refresh and reflect and just really be in a state of gratitude and thanksgiving. Like, when's the last time you've sat down and spent time just going through the laundry list of things that you're blessed with and just saying, like, why am I not more thankful for these things? So as I wrestle with time management, like, to me, that's the number one thing is, am I setting time aside to be thankful and to rest? And if you're not, you need to ask yourself if your schedule is your idol. If your house chores are more important than your rest, like, that's going to show up, and your idol is going to be constantly, your house chores are constantly going to be your God, and you're going to constantly submit to them and say, like, no matter what, house chores, like, you're more important, and I have to devote my entire life to you, and you're going to fail me because you're not a real God. It's like, what are you doing? And like, for me, like, that's something I got to work on, is how am I so busy that I'm not taking time like that? And am I not scheduling time to just sit and think about all the wonderful things that I've been given? It's something I want to build in my house. Like, I want my kids to have time to rest. I want my wife to have time to rest. And if they don't, that's on me, because I'm supposed to be leading my house. So how do I get them to that point? It all shouldn't rest on one person. Everybody should have a personal responsibility to do everything. I don't care if it's a 4-year-old or a 400-year-old, if that was a thing, right? Everybody should have some type of responsibility in their house to say, like, I want to contribute because I help make the mess. I eat the food. So we got to delegate. We got to give each other things to do to say, this is important because we're functioning members of this household. But also with that, like, you can't be afraid to just say, like, do I have time to take care of this right now? Yes or no? Okay, if it takes me 2 minutes, I'm going to do it. So that's really the big question. The big part of this first video on time management is, like, set that time aside, figure it all out. How can you delegate so that you can get more rest, so that you can feel better about your life, so you can truly enjoy everything that you've been given. Because let's be honest, like a lot of times we hear about this cup that's our cup is overflowing. Like if you're a Christian, it's like your cup should be overflowing with joy. Well, is it? And if it's not, then what are we doing? Like, what are you, is your cup so empty that there is no overflow? Or is the overflow just all the stuff you've got to do, all the stuff you've got to take care of? Are all your chores, do you have too much stuff that it's causing you to constantly think, I got to pick this up, I got to do this? Maybe that's the case. Maybe you need to get rid of some stuff. But is your life so full of stuff that there's no room for joy to overflow? Because man, if your cup is empty with joy and you're constantly doing stuff and all of the things that all the activities, all the stuff, all the relationships, if none of that is making your heart overflow with joy, I think it's time to cut some stuff out. I think it's time to reevaluate what you're doing with your life, because you need rest. You need to figure out, how can I gain rest and find true joy in the blessings that the Lord's given me when I'm so busy all the time? So that's the question, and I would love to hear how you cope with time management and all your stuff, because I need help with that too. So, are you resting? Are you setting aside time to just say, I have everything to be thankful for. It's time that I take care of that. It's time that I really work towards being more thankful. So I hope that helps. My next video is probably going to be on time management and just some more of my thoughts. But what are your thoughts? Like, how do you struggle with time management? You know, how do you overcome this busy life, and how do you find joy in it? I'd love to hear it in the comments if you feel inclined. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful to somebody that might need it. Link up with me and let me know. See y'all next time.